Hi, I'm Monty Wilson, and welcome to another episode of AutoExotika Presents Cars and Coffee. Today we're in beautiful Santa Barbara, California, where every Sunday, car aficionados from all along the Central Coast get together to talk about cars, grab a cup of coffee, and enjoy the community. Let's go check things out.
It's a 1948 Greyhound Silverside bus that was made into a motorhome in 1959 by a boat builder. The two dinettes drop down to double beds. The couch behind the dinette folds up to bunk beds, and there's a bedroom in the back that also sleeps two more people. So 8 people altogether. That's why we have 2 dinettes in here. It's powered by a 6-cylinder Detroit diesel with a 4-speed crash box on the column.
What kind of miles per gallon do you get?
We don't talk about miles per gallon, we talk about smiles per gallon, and it gets a lot of smiles per gallon. And this I sort of tripped across on eBay. It was in Northern California. We took a road trip up there to take a look at it and fell in love with it.
This car is a very rare car in that it's a 2-door hardtop. There were quite a few convertibles. It's a hand coach-built car by a company, a subsidiary of Rolls-Royce called H.J. Muller Park Ward. The convertibles are somewhat available, but the 2-door hardtop coupes, they made about 1 for every 100 convertibles. Well, I've owned over 35 of the cars over the last 35 or 40 years. Each one of them has qualities that I find extraordinary. Rolls-Royce is not a hobby, it's an obsession. One is never enough.
This is my '69 Z28 Camaro. It's an original Santa Barbara car, which makes it really unique. I remember as a kid, the original owner driving this car around town. I had a chance to buy it in 1987. I was going to trade him a pickup truck and some cash for the car. I ended up blowing the engine in the pickup truck, and the deal kind of fell through. Well, fast forward about 20 years, this car became available again. I saw it, I knocked on the door, I said, "Hey, I heard your car's for sale." They said, "Yeah." I said, "I'll buy it." I've been into cars ever since I was probably about 16. So I've owned quite a few cars. This is the one I always wanted, was a Z28. So I'm keeping it.
This is a 1926 Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. In the early 20s, Rolls-Royce built a factory in the United States, and this is one of the earlier US-produced Rolls-Royces. At the beginning, they had to use parts from England. So this is an early right-drive American-made Rolls-Royce. The body is a Springfield Brewster body, and Brewster was a coach builder in the United States going back to 1750, and they converted over to building car bodies. The car had been restored by the previous owner, but the car sat for a long time, so basically when we got it, it was a matter of getting it tuned up, detailing it. It's all nickel, so you could have a full-time employee just polishing this car, because by the time I get home, that nickel's already going to get a little dull. So there was a lot of rub-a-dub-dub. What we're looking at is a Silver Ghost, 2 blocks, lots of brass, and probably one of the best engines Rolls-Royce ever designed.
Can we hear it?
Sure.
This is a 1966 original Shelby 427 Cobra. I bought this car about 6 years ago and had 6,000 original miles. The story was there was this playboy from El Salvador that bought the car new and shipped it down there, but was afraid to drive it. So all the years that he had it, he put only a couple thousand miles on it, then shipped it back up here, and But it was time to redo it, so we took a nut and bolt, just finished a restoration, put it back to the original red with no stripes like it came from the factory, rebuilt the motor, all original parts on this car, and just got back last week from a 1,000-mile rally, the Copper State 1000, and I broke the motor in the first day, so the second day we really let it go. One of the things that I really enjoy about the cars are, well, all the enthusiasts. Whether they own cars or not, it gives people a chance to enjoy the old cars. If I have new cars that are expensive, you drive down the street, people will wave at you, but usually just with one finger. You drive one of these cars, one of the old cars, you get the joy of driving it, but the people enjoy seeing it, so they wave at you with all their fingers. It's much better. It's just a great gathering concept, this Cars and Coffee, and I love it.
Well, that's it for this episode of Cars and Coffee. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.